Hey folks, today we're going to end this unit's instruction with scale factor. So, what's scale factor? For us, it's going to be the comparison of any two corresponding lengths. Some examples of this, down here in this box right here, a scale of 1 inch equals 3 feet. That means that 1 inch on the model represents 3 feet in actual life. We can write this like this: model over actual. Okay. Notice that's a ratio. Now, another example is 1/24. That means that 1 unit represents 24 actual units. Finding the scale. Suppose a scale model has a scale of 2 inches equals 16 inches. What's the ratio? Well, simply write it 2 to 16. You can simplify that as 1 to 8. And that means 1 model inch actually is 8 inches in real life. Now, let's look at our scale drawing little thing over here on the side with the two houses. Excuse me. What we're trying to find is this right here, the actual height of the house. Notice the scale is 2 inches to 5 feet. That means 2 inches of the model equals 5 feet in real life. So here's what I want you to write it as. I want you to write this as model over actual equals model over actual. Okay? So what that is, well, actually, it's already written like that. 2 inches on the model is 5 feet in real life is equal to 8.5 inch on a model is equal to what in real life? Or x. All you have to do is cross multiply and divide. So you get 2x is equal to 5 times 8.5. And that's going to be 42.5. Now remember, we got to separate and get that x by itself. We're going to divide by 2. X is equal to what? 42.5 divided by 2 is 21.25 feet. So that means that house is 21.25 feet tall. Now, let's try a couple of more scenarios. The actual flower bed, or find the actual flower bed measurements. A set of landscape plans shows a flower bed is 6.5 inches wide. The scale of the plans is 1:4, or 1 inch over 4 feet. And we want to know what that equals in real life. Notice this scenario is set up just like it is on the bottom of your page. Model over actual equals model over actual. And now we're just going to cross multiply and divide and find what x is. 4 times 6.5 equals 26. 1 times x equals x. So x equals 26 feet. So that means 6.5 inches wide on a scale, or at least for this scale, is equal to 26 feet in real life. Number 2, the scale factor of the roller coaster. In a scale model of a roller coaster, the highest hill had a height of 6 inches. If the actual height of the hill is 210 feet, what's the scale of the model? And what that is saying is this: you have a scale model of a roller coaster sitting on a table, and the tallest it is on its tallest point is 6 inches. And that represents 210 feet in real life. We want to know what it is, or what the scale of this is. What is it to a rate of 1? How do we do that? Well, model to actual equals model to actual. 6 over 210 is equal to 1 over x. Because we want to put it to a scale of 1. 1 inch equals blank. Cross multiply and divide. You get 6x is equal to 210. If I divide by 6, x will equal 35. So that means the scale model of this is 1 inch is equal to 35 feet, or 1 to 35. A quilt has the dimensions of 8 feet by 12 feet. A design of the quilt has a scale factor of 2 feet equals 3 inches. What will the dimensions of the design of the quilt be? So here you're kind of working backwards, right? So we know what the actual measurements are. We're trying to find the scale measurements. What will the dimensions of the design be? So if we know that your scale is 2 feet to 3 inches, okay? Or that's your scale factor. And you want to know what the dimensions of the design of the quilt be, or the model of the quilt. So we have it at 8 over blank. Cross, multiply, and divide. You have 3 times 8 is 24 equals 2x. If you divide by 2, x equals 12. So I'm going to write the 12 over here on this side of the 8. That way we know that represents that. And what is it? It's going to be 12 inches. Exactly, inches. Okay? Now, let's do the same thing for 12. Now you have, I'm running out of room here, ain't I? We're going to have 2 feet over 3 inches is equal to 12 over x. And again, cross, multiply, and divide. 3 times 12 is 36. 2 times x is 2x. 36 divided by 2 gives you 18. In our case, 18 inches. So your dimensions of the quilt, of the design of the quilt, or the model of the quilt, will be 12 inches by 18 inches. Okay, we've ran out of room on this paper. If you got questions, let us know. Otherwise, take a look at your exit slip. Try it. Do your best. If you don't pass the exit slip, we'll get with you and cover it and do some reteaching. If you do pass the exit slip, move on with the homework. Let us know if you got any questions. Remember, if you set it up just like this, model over actual equals model over actual, fill in the blanks. All you got to do is cross, multiply, and divide, and you'll be fine.